All right, Raider Nation, with Max Crosby's deal out of the way and we're ready to move on and rebuild this team, I want to go over the draft and some free agency that I think the Raiders are definitely going to be interested in, according to all the insider reports, and how this is going to pan out for the Raiders in year one. Now, let's just start off with the fact that already, despite the fact that we have an A-plus coaching staff, according to most analysts, the Raiders are not expected to win more than a handful of games this coming season because we don't have the quarterback situation solidified yet. Yes, we're going to most likely 99% chance draft Fernando Mendoza, but he's going to be a rookie and most rookies don't pan out in year one. And it also seems as though John Spytek and maybe even Klint Kubiak have come to an agreement that even if they draft Fernando Mendoza, doesn't mean that he's going to be the starter week one. So the Raiders are going to have to go in and they're going to get either a veteran or it's going to be Aiden O'Connell starting off for the season. Now, with that being said, the Raiders can make some serious moves to make sure that year two of Klint Kubiak's tenure here is going to hit on all cylinders. Number one is the Raiders have to address the offensive line. And I think that they're going to do that with Tyler Linderbaum. They're going hardcore aggressive to make sure that they can land this star center. Now, why would you do that when you already have a guy that is a star center to begin with in Jackson Powers Johnson? Well, the reason is because Jackson Powers Johnson has some injury concerns, and he hasn't been able to complete an entire season. Heck, he hasn't even been able to start off a season in his rookie year. So you have to make sure that the center position is absolutely solidified, and Tyler Linderbaum is going to come at a premium, but he also is extraordinarily reliable. He doesn't get injured, and he is one of the top centers in the NFL, which means you can now move JPJ permanently to that right guard position, which by all means, he is a really good right guard. Though some say that he is better at being a center, he is going to continue to progress and be better and better and better at that right guard position. But if anything were to happen to Tyler Linderbaum, then you can simply move JPJ back over to center, which is already his natural position, and you can just continue to hit on all cylinders. So that's key number one, free agency. You go out and you get a Pro Bowl ready guy at a premium. We've got the money to do it, and now you've made a big addition there. But in the draft, you need to add some more skill players on that offensive line. You win championships in the trenches, and I believe that the Raiders are going to have that opportunity. And this is why I believe that the Raiders made the move with Baltimore, because they have the number 14 overall pick. Olele Vega Leone, 6'4", 323 pounds from Penn State. He projects as a powerful pro-ready interior lineman who is ideal for the Raiders at pick number 14. Acquiring Baltimore's pick for the Max Crosby trade was absolutely genius for this reason. He's only 21 years old. Leone boasts a stout defense, dense build with heavy hands and elite grip strength, anchoring against power rushers while delivering jarring hip-driven jolts. His 89.5 true pass pro grade ranks in the 98th percentile for guards, with 0 sacks allowed over 2 seasons and just 4 pressures in 2025. Here's his strengths. Leone dominates in the pass protection, reading stunts at a pro level 76 gap blocking grade and maintaining balance through core strength. In the run game, he excels at displacement on base blocks, combos, and double teams, playing with plus leverage and relentless drive from snap to whistle. Scouts praise his instincts, leadership, his versatility at both guard spots, projecting him as a day one starter and Pro Bowl upside in power schemes. Now here's his weakness, and this could be a cause for concern with the Klint Kubiak zone heavy offense that we're going to be running. He occasionally rises too high off the snap, losing initial leverage, and he needs refined hand strikes for quicker control against speedy rushers. Lateral quickness is only average, limiting his elite zone fit, though his recovery and fluidity are adequate. Now, his NFL projection, Leone ranks among the top 3 guards and top 2 offensive linemen overall in some boards, and is a safe first round value who could anchor Las Vegas lines alongside free agent targets for years to come. So going after an offensive guard in this situation is going to be absolutely critical. Now, he's not the only offensive lineman that the Raiders could target at pick number 14, because multiple mocks had an analyst highlight Leone as a plug-and-play interior offensive lineman to project as a protector for Fernando Mendoza, with his unanimous All-American honors and character shining through. Now, other boards have offensive tackle Monroe Freeling out of Georgia for bookend tackles, edge Ruben Bain Jr. out of Miami to replace Crosby, and wide receiver Makai Lemon out of USC for weapons. But here's the thing. Most likely Ruben Bain's not going to be available at pick 14, but if he is, it's something you certainly would have to consider. And also Makai Lemon is most likely not going to make it all the way down to 14, as he is probably the best wide receiver in this draft, and it is unlikely he'll fall that far. So at pick number 14, the Raiders have two choices. Because they have a first round next year and they have a first round this year at pick number 14, if they really love somebody like a Ruben Bain to replace Max Crosby, they could use those 2 first-round draft picks to move up the board and snatch him. Or they could use a combination of a second or a third-round draft pick combined with pick number 14 to move up and grab Makai Lemon to give another target for your rookie quarterback that is coming in. There's a lot of options that are going to be coming out when it comes to the draft and the free agency, and we're going to keep you in tune right here on the Raider D Podcast official. Guys, we are back to that, and if you're just noticing now, yes, we have changed the name back to Raider D Podcast, because as I explained in yesterday's video, I tried to branch out a little bit because I have other YouTube channels and I have a brand, which is Daily Rumble, and I wanted to bring in that brand to Daily Rumble Sports. But you know what? As I was trying to make and investigate other football teams, other sports, my heart's just not really in it. The only sport I really care about is football, and the only sports team that I really care about is the Las Vegas Raiders. So we're back full-time to just committing 100% back to the Raiders. Hope you'll join me for future videos. And guys, let's go Raiders.